happened to Millie on her way to audition for Enola? Did Louis Partridge fail his school exam because of the part? And why did Henry Cavill practically have an audition in a bar? Epic audition stories about the Enola Holmes cast revealed. Millie Bobby Brown. When it comes to casting Millie, we are sure it didn't take long for Netflix to make the move. It's hard to imagine that they would consider anyone else but her, though it was much harder for Millie than it seems. It turns out she got into a car accident prior to the casting. Millie revealed that she was involved in a, quote, kerfuffle on the road and had to postpone the initial audition.
Just nothing crazy, just I had a small car accident and so I couldn't make it to the audition. So then we did it again, and then I got into really bad traffic.
Millie was almost an hour late, but thankfully, she wasn't hurt. As she told Extra TV, she really liked Louis Partridge's audition because he came fully prepared with all his lines memorized. She didn't have a paper, so she just used a napkin to write down, "He is good," after Louis finished his performance. Millie was not just a part of the cast, but it was also her debut role as a producer of the film. But this time, she wasn't alone. Pun intended. Her sister Paige Brown was helping her. In fact, she was the one who introduced Millie to the book of Enola Holmes. "Enola just really struck me as a really great character," said Paige Brown. "Millie at the time was a bit younger than Enola, but I was thinking ahead and thought, this would be really great on screen." Paige talked to their father, and their own film production company paired up with Legendary Pictures to make the movie. As Millie said, "I just fell in love with Enola. When Paige is excited about something, it gets me immediately excited. I read the book series, and I was immersed by the story. I was very excited about multiple different things. The stunts, the costumes, the time period, Enola's bravery, and her vulnerableness. Looks like we have a new movie-making awesome duo." Speaking of awesome stuff, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Let us share more great content about your favorite shows with you. Louis Partridge. Oh boy, we thought no one could surpass our love for the Stranger Things kids. But Louis just walked in and was like, "Hold my beer," and his audition story will make you love him even more. Louis is a pure prodigy. As MTV reports, he has never taken any actual acting classes and has never been enrolled in a drama school. Louis revealed that he just took his inspiration from Leonardo DiCaprio and is very much influenced by Timothee Chalamet's career. Jeez, he's just perfect. Anyhow, his audition coincided with his classes at school, so he rushed straight from school to the audition without changing. His outfit surprised Millie so much that she instantly felt he was the right guy.
So I'm so sorry. I just came from French and having a bit of a. He knew every single line, came so prepared. I truly was just so impressed.
When Louis got a call from the directors that he had landed the job, he was so happy that he did a victory lap up and down the stairs at his home in London. He had to take an English literature exam the next day, but nothing was as important to him as getting this job. "It was the worst exam I did of the whole of my GCSEs," he revealed between laughs. "I did 10, and it was the worst one I got. I'll take the Enola job over a better grade. That's for sure." Bet you would. Though Louis has taught himself not to become obsessed over waiting for a job offer, he won't drown in disappointment if he doesn't book it. As he said, "You can fall into a trap a bit where you want a part so badly and you don't get it, so I try not to want any role too bad, but I couldn't with this one." Before booking Enola Holmes, Louis had some acting gigs in Paddington 2 and Medici, but we are sure everything has changed for him now. Though his Insta account now has 2.6 million followers, Louis is still a pretty normal guy. He loves skateboarding and learning how to play the piano by following YouTube tutorials. But there's also a part of him that is similar to Tewksbury. He's someone who's not afraid to like flowers. This is where me and Tewksbury meet. I often wear quite a lot of women's clothes, and I get teased a little at school. It's healthy, obviously, but I like the fact that Tewksbury represents something that you don't see all too much, in the same way Enola does. Oh boy, that's the dream. Talented, handsome, and wise beyond his years. Can't wait to see what his next audition is going to be. Henry Cavill. We can't get enough of Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock, and will forever love the BBC's version.
What?
But Henry Cavill was awesome in his own right. For the directors, Henry was the ultimate catch. As the film's director Harry Bradbeer revealed in an interview with Decider, they were looking for gentleness at first. And although Cavill hasn't had many opportunities to reveal that in his other roles, Bradbeer immediately spotted how much genuine gentleness promise and light is hiding in Henry. The director took Cavill for a couple of gin and tonics at a London bar and talked about Henry's background and the role. As he explained, there was so much gentleness and all kinds of wonderful things in his nature that were there to use. I thought, well, you can do this. Let's do it. It'll be different for you and different for the audience. And he was totally right. Sherlock turned out to be less of an arrogant douchebag, and because he wasn't the main character, the main focus didn't have to be his intelligence, but rather his emotional support and care for Enola. Henry revealed that he's usually the most annoying guy on the set that picks on every detail in the script and refuses to do what he thinks the character wouldn't do in real life. With Enola, it was different because he didn't read the books, so he just relied on the script and let Millie and Enola be the center of attention. Could we love this guy anymore? Such strong Keanu Reeves vibes. Sam Claflin. Sam did a fantastic job playing a jerk as always, though this time he took it to a whole new level. Turns out Sam was very much attracted to the role and the movie because of its fresh narrative, as he told Entertainment Tonight. For me, that was exactly the reason I wanted to be involved, in all honesty, just to champion someone as wonderfully talented and as charismatic and as focused and exciting as Millie. On the other hand, Sam felt pretty terrified to star alongside Superman and Eleven, as he revealed. To be fair, he's Henry Cavill, way more handsome, so I think they were like, we'll stick a mustache on Sam and we'll make Henry look as handsome as possible. Speaking of mustaches, Sam had to make the sacrifice of growing the stash himself. Right before filming for Enola Holmes started, Sam had just finished filming another project where he had to be clean-shaven. Poor thing had very little time to squeeze a mustache out, so the VFX artists had to add some hair so his mustache would look thicker. But by the end of filming, it was his own mustache. Because of this other film though, Sam joined the cast a bit late and didn't have enough time to prepare and do the proper research on the role. Can you believe that he found Mycroft's political leanings, quote, eye-opening? Which is pretty odd, as Sam said he did watch BBC's Sherlock and Guy Ritchie's Sherlock movies. Helena Bonham Carter. Eudoria Holmes was barely present on the screen, but for Helena Bonham Carter, even a minute is more than enough to astonish the audience. When she first read the script, she constantly felt that it was a part she'd love to crack. As Helena told EW, I just loved the idea of it. It's actually funny, because Sherlock himself is quite misogynistic, the original Sherlock, so it's like a fuck you, but you can't say fuck you to Sherlock. In fact, the part was so small that her agent tried to persuade her to turn it down. Helen explained, it was like the smallest, greatest part I've been offered. Nikki, my agent, said, you don't want to do this. I said, no, there's actually so much to this woman. It's just so funny that you've never seen her. It's also obvious that the character of a free-spirited woman with a lot of energy and creativity totally fits into Helena's type of roles. So it's no wonder Millie felt an instant connection with her. Turns out, when they first met before shooting, they were talking about essential oils and candles, just bonding. And as a more experienced actress, Helena also talked a lot about the characters of the mother and daughter with Millie. As Mills said, we had these conversations that lasted ages, and it was perfect because we needed it. We needed to dig deep, so we didn't really have to ask many questions while shooting. So what do you guys think about our video? Did you enjoy Enola Holmes? Let us know your thoughts on the casting choices in the comments below. Thank you for watching.